Hi! In this video, I'm going to teach you how to string your bell chime with the 3 elements that you made for your bell. So you have a knocker that goes inside like this, right? It's the circle. You have 2 beads, and you have the bell itself. And then when you picked up your bell from school, from your teacher, you have 2 different kinds of twine that came home with you. One twine is thin, the other twine is thick. You're only going to use one of them. I only wanted to give you 2 different ones because some of the pieces that I put in the kiln, the holes were not big enough for the thick twine. So I wanted to send you home with options just in case the holes on your piece are not big enough for this thicker twine. Okay, but I'm going to show you how to do it with the thick twine just because it'll work for my piece. But choose one for yours, the thin or the thick, depending on, how big your holes are in your bead and your bell. All right. So the first part of tying up the bell, you're going to start with the loop, the knocker. And we're going to thread your twine through it on one of the narrow sides. And you're going to tie a double knot. That just means tie it here like this and tie once more, or knot once more. Just a simple knot, okay? And you're going to want to make sure you don't have a ton left over. Keep this as small as you can on this side, just because you're going to run out of twine for the rest of the elements if you use too much twine to tie the knocker. All right, so once you have the knocker knotted twice, you can knot it however many times you feel comfortable with, but 2 is good enough for me. So I'm gonna put on a bell, or put on a bead, thread the bead through the twine. All right, that's step 2. Step 3 is, and if your twine gets frayed, it totally will. Snip it with some scissors, start fresh as best you can. Or you can wrap a little bit of packing tape or scotch tape around the end, and that keeps it from fraying too. All right, step 3, sorry. Thread your twine through the bell. Check it out, you're almost done. This is very, very simple. All right, and the last step is, or not the last step, step 4 is threading your twine through your second bead. And it's difficult, but I keep twisting it to see if it'll go through. And it did. All right, and there, all your elements are on. And I have a ton of twine left. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to loop it like this. So I have a loop on one side, and the end of my twine is right here at the top of the bell. Right? You see that? All right, now I'm going to keep it like that. And up here at the top, I'm going to make a loop for it to hang on something. And the way I do that is I pinch it, twist it, and I make a U shape with it again. And I take the end and I feed it through that U. All the while I'm keeping the end of the twine over here, right? I'll bring this closer to the camera so you can see what it looks like. That's all it is right there. And then you're going to pull it tight. Let me undo it and do it again so you can see it again. But you can watch this video as many times as you want, and slow it down and speed it up if you like. All right, so here it is again. Here's what my twine looks like when I've put all the elements on. I'm taking the end of my twine and bringing it back to the bead at the top of the bell here. So it's like this. See that? And I'm holding it with these 2 fingers here. All right, now I'm going to take this loop. I'm going to bring it down here. I'm going to grab it with my other hand. I'm going to bring it across here and then under and through this hole, and then I'm going to pull it tight. And the idea there is to make sure that you have a loop here at the top, because this is how it's going to hang. You can put it on a hook and it'll hang that way. All right, and you can cut this little guy off, or you can leave him if you like the look of that, but that's it. That's all you got to do to string your bell to start enjoying it. I hope you guys have a very happy holiday, and I hope that you enjoy your bell, or you give it to someone that you love. All right, take care.